See? That's the art of not giving a fuck. Stop caring what people think. I just walked into my favorite cafe, walked around the street with the camera in my hand, sat up at the front desk, talking to my boy, filming it all, and now I get to watch back and look at that conversation and laugh and smile because I had the balls to pick up the camera and just document every part of my life. You will never be more grateful than when you get to look back on who you used to be, saying who you wanted to be, and you're that person looking back. It's just confirmation. You just make yourself feel good by knowing you did everything in your power to be who you said you wanted to be. It's a beautiful thing. Stop giving a fuck about what people think. Look at this Orangina. Beautiful. Now I'm sitting on a street corner with a nice drink in my hand. People walking by me. Maybe I'm biased, you know, maybe because I'm so handsome. I had such a nice slick back and a gold watch and some loafers on. That maybe no one wants to say shit to me, but yeah, maybe that's just a hypothesis. You know? Maybe I'm not that good looking. Maybe people actually just don't give a fuck. And that's probably the truth.
Did you get a popsicle at camp today?
You know, I think many people don't ever sit down and just look at how other humans operate anymore. You know, they're so self-absorbed and they're so self-obsessed in their own life that they can't realize how much value it can actually bring to watch other people and to see how other people go throughout this life of ours and experience this life. Everyone can go through the same exact experience, yet get an entirely different outlook on the same thing. And that's the beauty of being an individual. You and me could go through the exact same experience and interpret it differently. And you learn so much more by looking at how other people interpret the same scenarios you've been through, and especially people that you want to be like. If somebody resembles a person that you want to be like, and they handle the difficult situations that you handle in a more calm manner, in a manner of gaining perspective rather than deteriorating themselves, then you begin to understand the difference between you and the person you want to be. It's just the way you interpret the things that happen to you. If you constantly sit there and victimize yourself and tell yourself that you're one thing and you can never be another, then obviously you'll never be. The version of yourself that has achieved everything that he wants to achieve sits there and says, no, this is me, this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm not shy to show it. I'm not afraid. Why do you think I'm able to sit here on the corner of the street and talk to a fucking black camera with an Orangina in my hand, look like I'm fucking crazy? Because I don't give a fuck. I do what I want to do, I film what I want, I document my life, and I'll be grateful. And another year from now, just I am grateful 2 years from starting, I get to look back and I get to go, wow, you know what? At least I can die on my deathbed and say I did my best. That the way people thought of me never impacted my decision making, and that I truly live true to myself. And truly living true to myself will put me in a position in life where I have no regret. Because if I make a decision that I believe is according to my truest self in the moment, not myself now, but the person I want to be, and it goes wrong, then so be it. I've made the decision that I believe was true. And that's all you can bank on. There's no point of regretting and wishing and saying what ifs. Just do what you think is right, according not to yourself in the moment, but your truest self, the person you want to be. Ask them, what should I do right now? And do that thing. And if it ends up being wrong, then so fucking be it. You tried your best. There's no point in holding regret or shame or guilt within your heart. And that's how they get you. You know, people sit there and they wonder, why do I only have a 1 month motivation, 3 month motivation? Why do I have overnight motivation? It's because you sit there What's I saying? I forgot what I was saying.
Sandy's way.
Fuck.
Look at these.
What was I saying? I just got so distracted. Fuck. People wonder why they have 1 month motivation, 3 month motivation, overnight motivation. It's because you sit there and you'll say you want to do something and you'll set a routine, you'll set a schedule, and then as soon as one part of that schedule falls through, you'll feel guilt about it, and you'll feel shame about it. And then you'll just fall down a rabbit hole of guilt and shame that will spiral you into thinking thoughts that do not benefit you and thoughts that just put you into a hole that is further from just failing one day. You'll multiply them. You'll fail one day and you'll turn it into failing for a week, and then failing for a month, and failing for a year commonly. When all you have to do is stand up and say, you know what, something may have gone wrong. Maybe I didn't do something that I said I wanted to do. I'm not going to feel guilt or shame about it. I'm going to understand that that thing happened to me, that I may have caused that. I'm going to ask why that happened, what caused it, and try to avoid from happening again. And that's how you grow. You don't grow just by shutting down every time something fucking bad happens to you. You grow by looking at what happened to you, analyzing it, and figuring out how you can prevent it from happening again. And then you implement new routines and new habits that allow you to break past that 3 month motivation barrier and that 1 month motivation barrier, and allow you to sustain a routine that will truly benefit the goals that you want to achieve. You cannot allow failure to deter you from growth, because failure, in those moments of failure, is when you'll learn the most. You have to learn in order to know what to beat. You have to lose. You have to lose. And that's a part of life, and you have to come to acceptance with the idea of losing. Losing in societal terms, but from my perspective, there is no losing. Because if it's in benefit of my purpose and benefit of my goals, then what am I losing? Like, if we all know that you learn more when you lose, right? So if I told you that if you failed another 10 times to achieve your goal, what would you do? You go and fail 10 times. And then that failure would become valuable because it brings you closer to your goal. This perception of failure and losing is all based on societal fallacies that convince us to believe that when we lose, when we fail, we should be distraught and that it doesn't bring value to our character. But those are commonly the moments that bring the most value to our character and who we are as people, and provide us the most progress to our goals and our ambitions and the things that we want to achieve. And when you change your perspective on failure and loss in that way, it allows you to find so much value in just living and just being and just experiencing the world that you're in, because you understand that everything that happens to you gives value to your goals. Everything. It's like I said to my brother this morning, no matter what happens to me, as long as I have my brain, I am sane. I'm there. I'm fine. The only thing that could stop me is by killing me. Everything lives within my head. All of my successes, all of my experiences, all of my knowledge. I don't rely on any one given thing in this world. Nothing materialistic bounds me to this world. If I needed to, I could start in a new country and become just as successful as I want to be now. Maybe the odds got more difficult, maybe the stakes got higher, but I have true faith in who I am based on my personal life experience, that I show up when I say I'm going to do something and I can make anything happen. And that knowledge and that perseverance and that courage lives within my brain and lives within my heart. And the only way that can be removed from me is by death. Otherwise, I'm free. You could put me anywhere in the world, and as long as I have my brain, I am content. And my brother. And a cigarette. Stop caring what people fucking think. It irritates the fuck out of me that people will sit here, say they want to do one thing, and not do it because of what another thinks. Truly, ask yourself, if you want to achieve something in your life, if you want to sit here and sit on the front of on a corner of a street, yapping to a fucking camera, if you want that and that's your purpose, why wouldn't you do it? Why would you let someone else's ideologies stop you from achieving the things that you want to achieve? From doing the things that you want to do? Are you a fucking slave? Are you a slave to that person's intention, to that person's ideologies? Sit there and admit that they are controlling your behavior by saying that, oh, it's cringe to do that, or you should be ashamed that you're doing that. You're a slave to their ideologies. You do not have control of your actions, they do. They can say one thing and dictate the way you act. Does that make you feel powerful? Do you think you're gaining more power by not doing what they say you shouldn't do? No. Who am I to sit here and listen to something that does not benefit me? Who am I to sit here and let someone else's ideologies change my actions if I believe them not to be true? That is more shameful than sitting there and standing up for believing what you think is right and what you think you should do. That is more shameful. To let someone else's ideologies dictate your actions and your beliefs and your values. Shameful, especially as a man. Especially as a man. If you're a man and you're letting someone else's ideologies dictate your actions, stupidity. It's dumb. You're slave to another man's ideologies? What is that? It's a fucking joke? You're gonna sit there and tell me you didn't do something because of what someone said you shouldn't do. What someone said they thought was weird. You didn't even have a dick and balls. You have a vagina. You fucking kidding me? It's stupid. Any grown man that sits there and says they are too afraid to pursue something because of what people think should be more shameful. And I'm harsh with my words because this is the deliverance that some people need. They need to hear this.
If things work out well on Friday, I'm going to be able to drive you here.
I just saw the craziest shit. That's insane. The shit you see sitting on the fucking corner of a street. I just saw this mom with her 10-year-old kid walk out of the ice cream shop. This is how fucked parents are now. This is how fucked our society is. This is why we need brown parents again. This is what my father was. I just saw this mom walk out of the ice cream shop with her daughter, her 10-year-old daughter, and the 10-year-old daughter get mad that she couldn't get ice cream and visibly slap her mother's hand away and spit on the floor in front of her mom. If that was my son, that was my daughter. It's insane. It's insane what our society has come to. It's insane what these kids have nowadays. It's insane the audacity of people. Back in my day, my dad used to catch me playing video games past 7 o'clock. I'd get fucking hit. Not saying that's the greatest thing, but sometimes that was better. To see a, almost fully grown child spit on the floor in disgust of their own mother shows how weak our society's become. If that daughter had a strong father, she would not act like that. And I stand on that. And to see that in society genuinely pisses me off. To know that my society has come so far down that even the fathers of our society's children are so weak that they cannot parent their own kids is disgusting. Disgusting.